Hello everybody, it is time for Crochet and Chat. It's Friday night and I don't know about you, but I am extremely grateful that the work week is over this week. I've had some long nights, a couple of late meetings, last minute things that have been added to my agenda that weren't planned, and I am extremely grateful that it is now Friday. And I've purchased my wine, I've purchased my chocolate, and I have my slippers on, and I have my hook out, which for me makes for a lovely Friday night. So, welcome to my chat. Hello, Carly, I see you're there. So tonight I thought I would have a little bit of a chat about what to do if you've lost your crojo, which for me would be an absolute nightmare. And I have to say there are some days where it's been harder to pick my hook up and get on with what I need to do. So I understand when people have lost their crojo. But something that I've been good at is disciplining myself to just keep going. Because usually when we've lost our crojo, it's because something else is getting in the way or something else is stopping it. Because quite honestly, once you start to crochet, you kind of never want to put your hook down. So if you are struggling to crochet, then it's usually something else that's getting in the way and stopping you and making it difficult. So to help prevent anyone else from losing their crojo, or to help them get them back, I actually wrote a blog post a few weeks ago covering this. I don't know what I'm doing right now with this, but I've gone into the wrong place, I think. Let me just unhook that. I went into the chain instead of the ring. Anyway, maybe I didn't. But I was prompted because I saw there was a few people commenting on Instagram that I follow that were saying they'd lost their crojo and had lost it for quite a while. So that prompted a blog post. And lots of things prompt a blog post. So if you ever want me to cover something, let me know. I'm always after new topics. But it's more upsetting to me because we get so many benefits from crocheting that if we've lost our crojo, if we actually got it back, it'd help us with the things that have actually caused us to lose it in the first place. So one of the first things I suggest that you do if you have lost your crojo is figure out why. Because you can't solve that problem if you don't know the reason why. That might be the quality assurance person in me coming out. But I can assure you there's no point just trying to put a band-aid on it. You need to figure out why. So there's some possible reasons. They might apply to you, they might not, but you've got to look at the whole situation. So one of them, it might be as simple as you're not enjoying the project that you're working on. I know I've had that sometimes where I've promised something, or I've had this great idea to do it, and just the idea of working on it after I started wasn't as fun as I thought. I've actually find that I don't want to pick my hook up because I'm not enjoying it. Or it could be that you've got too many projects on the go. So I know when I had too many going, I'd get confused. I wouldn't know which one I wanted to do that night. And I'd end up wasting a lot of time because I just couldn't settle on one, or I'd start one and then just not feel in the mood for that one. And yeah, it was just like a vicious circle going round and round. Or it might even be that it could be more complicated, and it might be that you're just letting life get in the way, which I know is quite easy for us. Many of us have children, we work, we've got homes to run, all sorts of things that get in the way of life, and especially as women, we tend to let those things get in the way of everything instead of what we need to do, which I have learnt the hard way, to put myself first more often than not, because I know that I'm of a better benefit to everyone else if I can do that. So once you've figured out what it is that is causing you to lose your crojo, you need to find a way to bring it back. So if it's that you're not enjoying the project, then don't do it. I know I said it last week with my how to manage your works in progress as well. If there is a project that you're really not enjoying, then just don't do it, or find a way to manage it out so that you're only spending a little bit of time on it and then you get to go on with something that you really want to do. Because honestly, crochet is supposed to be something we enjoy, and if it's a project that you're just not enjoying, then find one you do. If it's that you've got too many projects on the go, then I recommend you go back to last week's Crochet and Chat or my blog post on it, because I give 10 steps for how you can resolve it and get yourself back into, well, get them under control so that you lose the overwhelm. But then if it's more complicated and the reason that you aren't crocheting is because you're letting life get in the way, then I'm going to strongly recommend that you start saying no to things and you start saying yes to crochet and doing it first. Might sound selfish, but honestly, I know I'm a much better person to everybody else when I've got my crochet time in, because I turn kind of horrid if I don't get the time that I want or need, more to the point. And there's just so many benefits from crochet that I just totally recommend that you prioritize what is important to you. If crochet is the one that's important to you, then put that first. And then get on with everything else that you've got to do. So even if all you have to do is like I'm doing now, and I'm just sitting and making a square, that's one reason I do it every morning, so that if life does get in the way during the day, a bit like exercise, I exercise first and then I make a square. Then I know I've got the two things that are most important to me done for the day. So it doesn't matter so much. Like this week I've had meetings. I had meetings on Tuesday night at 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock in the evening, which, not ideal, but that's the job I'm in and I accept that. Granted, I do keep the video off and I do make granny squares while I'm on these meetings. That's how I manage to cope. I can sit through a meeting with that. But I prioritize what I want. And I recommend that you do the same. And you'll find that it becomes a lot easier to manage all the other things that are taking the crochet away from you. Because you'll feel more rested. You'll feel like you're actually getting something done for yourself. And heck, I know I spent a lot of years not putting myself first, and I actually spent some time with a life coach on and off. I haven't for the last year or so, but I have spent a good amount of time with a life coach who helped me prioritize and get myself more balanced. And that's where all this crochet came in as well, because I was able to free up more time that I needed. So yeah, don't worry if you are losing your crochet. You can get it back. Just start with a simple project, even if it's just the 10 minutes, make a square. I know there's lots of people in the clubhouse that are making squares. They're learning the benefits. I'll weave my magic through you all. But it's just, that's all it takes, and you'll just feel that little bit better. Like, it's so much easier for me. This is how I start my Friday. Not exciting. Well, not exciting to others. Exciting to me. But I get to sit and I get to crochet. Get to have my wine soon. Get to have my chocolate. Guess I'll have dinner as well. Prioritize. But yeah, I hope that was of some benefit to you. And not just for crochet. If there's anything that's getting in your way, then find a way to prioritize that. And if crochet is something that you'd like to introduce in your life because you haven't taught yourself yet, then I do have a free beginners course coming out in just over a week's time. You can find all the details on my page or on my Hooked on Crochet Club page. You can learn the benefits of crochet, making life simpler, more balanced. So yeah. So that's pretty much all I've got to say this week. It's a nice short little chat, but it's been nice. I do enjoy these sessions. So I'm going to finish this round now, and I'm going to bid you farewell And thank you those that join me, and I hope that you're going to now go and pick your own hook up and make a square or add some rows, add some rounds, whatever it is that you're working on. Make that time for yourself because you deserve it, you've earned it, no matter what anyone says. I'm telling you, you have. All right, so thank you, and we'll speak next week.